Hello, world. Rick again, and today is sssveda Day 21. Uh, it's one of those days where I decided I didn't really care to do the topic there, so I racked my brain a little bit and came up with this, which is sports that are no longer in the Olympics. Now, I got these sports off of a list at list25.com. They have a list of 25, but it's what they said was it was unusual or sports you might not believe. And I go, well, I don't necessarily think some of them were. Some of them qualify, some of them don't. So I'm just going to go through the ones that don't qualify as unusual. The first one was, or that qualify as unusual. Ski ballet is what it was called. And it was actually the national Olympic sport from the 1960s until 2000. And it was considered a demonstration sport, freestyle skiing, which I don't know how. I mean, think of it in a sense, snowboarding kind of issue where you're doing not just trying to go down the mountain or going through slaloms but trying to put a little style into things. And I thought that was kind of unusual. The second one that I found was, to that one, that I found unusual was, well, no, that one wasn't. Club swinging, that one. And this was, I'm reading off the information here. Club swinging was an artistic event held as part of the gymnastics at the 1904 Olympics. It was the only time that club swinging event was held at the Olympics. And that, I thought, was kind of unusual. Power boating. Now, this one I thought was I thought to myself, what the heck why would boating be an Olympic sport? Well, I mean, yeah, bobsledding, that does use a machine, if you want to call it a machine. It's human power behind the thing. And of course, you have the biathlon, which people shoot, and that's a machine. But the funny thing is that on this one was that in the 1908 Summer Olympics, most of the races had to be canceled due to bad weather. Go figure. Listen. Ski joring, another odd one. Dog race. One dog, one skier. And actually, it could be pulled by a dog or dogs. But the picture that I'm looking at is just one dog or a motor vehicle. And again, I don't understand. Let's see. There were still. Oh, here's one that, yeah. Live pigeon shooting. You can believe that at one time it was an Olympic sport to shoot live pigeons. This was at the 1900 Olympics. And the aim, here, get it here, the aim was to kill as many pigeons as possible. Nearly 400 pigeons were butchered during that event. And that was the first and only time it was an Olympic event. The standing high jump. Now, of course, you're familiar with the high jump where the runner runs forward and then slides over. Well, you had to do it standing. So basically, you stood on your feet, no running involved, and you tried to jump over a pole. I'll go into some of these others that just don't seem to be unusual, like solo synchronized swimming. Well, synchronized swimming is one of the bigger sports in the Olympics. At least you always seem to see that all the time. So why would solo be so unusual? It's, I guess, from the fact that how can you synchronize with yourself? But I guess you could call it unusual for that. And some of the other ones, like lacrosse is not an unusual sport. It'll be in the Olympics. Baseball, again, not unusual. Polo is no longer in the Olympics. It was in the Olympics from 1900 to 1939. But again, not really an unusual sport. Now here's the one that takes the cake. I think well, actually, no, there's one other than that. This is on to his top 5, like I said, from list25.com. These are the top 5 ones. Deer shooting, which I think goes up there with even more unusual than live pigeon shooting. But there you go. But don't get all bent out of shape thinking it what after the 1900 fiasco apparently with the pigeons, they learned their lesson. And so in this contest, a deer-shaped target made 10 runs of 75 feet, and the shooter got to fire 2 shots. That actually, I guess that just didn't catch on, but at least they didn't use live deer. Another one, and I guess the last one, before I go to my honorable mention, was dueling pistols. You know, that's really what they said here, which is sure. Later standardized by the International Olympic Committee to the men's 25-meter rapid fire pistol, men's 30-meter dueling pistol was a shooting event even held as part of the shooting at the 1912 Olympics. And it said that the event was completed by 42 shooters from 10 nations. Now, seeing as there's not any other information in this, I'm assuming that they weren't shooting with real live bullets at each other, or I hope so, because that really would be weird. And finally, my honorable mention was tug of war, which I'm sure most of you are familiar with tug of war. You get 2 teams from one from each country, and they pull on a rope, and they try to pull the other side over the line. Like here's the middle, and there's a line that they then get them over. They get them over. They win. But unusual. And that is my sssveda Day 21 vlog. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And remember to subscribe. Still got 10 days to go. We'll see you next time.